All right, all right, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're here. I don't have a whole lot of time, but I don't need a whole lot of time to get to the obvious. So let's see here. All right, I'm doing pretty good. I hear myself okay. I know y'all hear me okay. So let's get to it. It is the 28th of February. Time flying real fast. Just one announcement I want to make before hand. Well, actually, a few things going to be going on, but I'll talk about them. The main thing here in about 2 weeks, my South African brothers and sisters, those of you who are, on the grassroots, you hitting the pavement, you fighting against the white supremacists in South Africa, or y'all got some business, dealings that y'all doing that needs to get out there. Just different things that's kind of important. Shoot, even for our entertainment channel, if cause we do entertainment as well. Slay Queens, if you want to get interviews too, we'll interview a Slay Queen for the entertainment channel. Holler at us. We'll be in South Africa in the next 2 weeks, Johannesburg and Cape Town. So make sure to hit us up about that, and we can get with both sets of people. We are multidimensional when it comes to media. We don't just do one thing. That's a good thing about being a Gemini, right? All right. So with that being said, so we know that this particular war between Russia, Vladimir Putin and Ukraine, off the rip is not our problem. Excuse me. Having little allergies. Not our problem. I don't really care. This is white on white crime. I feel nothing at all about it, because they don't feel nothing when we suffer as black people. They feel nothing. They laugh at us. They make memes about us. They do all kind of things about us, right? And then in the words of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, I see all you silly Negroes on your page talking about pray for Ukraine. Them people never say pray for you. Never. They don't say pray for Africa or African nations. They don't say pray for the Caribbean. Hell, they do a lot of things in the Middle East. No, what ended up happening when you have countries like, I know Nigeria agreed with it, to the bombing on Muammar Gaddafi in Libya. How in the hell you agree with that? This is what we do. We don't stay on code with each other. We'll side with the white supremacists and put the white supremacists first. That's what we do as black folks. And this is global. This is not, it's just not Africans. It's global right here in America. Oh, well, other people are suffering too. And yeah, we got to partner with them. Look at the Asians. Oh, look at the Afghan people. Oh, look at this, that. And these people come over here. You sit up here and prop them up over your own community. And then when they get in position, they like, I didn't care about y'all. And then you want to get your feelings hurt and get upset. Everybody else understand we come first. Our group comes first, except you. This is a global problem with black folk. Global. Then when these people show you who they are, then you want to act shocked and surprised. Like, oh my God, I can't believe this. Look at what they doing. Why? Why are you shocked and surprised at who these people are? You've had people for hundreds and hundreds of years. You've had black Americans telling you. You've had Caribbean brothers telling you and sisters. You've had African brothers telling you about these people. And you still not listening. So in the midst of the situation in Ukraine, like I said, this is white on white crime. This is an emergency for the Western world, because this is not a good look. This is not a good look for the Western world at all, because of the narratives they have promoted. And we're going to get to their narratives in the media too, just in this. But when it was time for people to get out of Ukraine, them people showed Africans who they really are. Now, I want you to listen to, I'm going to show you the videos. I want you to really listen in what these African brothers and sisters are saying and how they're labeling themselves. Pay close attention. Let's play the first video. Just give me a second. Sorry for a minute. I don't need people coming in here talking about not my problem, not this, not that. If you feel that way about other black people, get the hell off this channel. I don't need you here with that. Because you know what? I can have problems with family all day long. I can fist fight with family. But when it comes to white supremacists treating black people different, I'm always going to stay on code about that. We can go back to fighting later.
Please don't do this. Don't do this.
Man, these people left without taking the blacks, man. None of the blacks, man. See. None. Even the black guys that already have kids, they took their kids and their wife and left the niggas behind. Like, everyone is stranded. This is really too bad.
Black girl go, they're pushing her, they're not letting her go, they're not letting her go. Is it right? Is it right? They're not letting the black girl go. 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 They're not letting the black girl go.
These are the black community. We are not allowing any black people to enter inside the gates. We are all here. It's only Ukrainians that they are allowing in. Even the ones with kids, they're not allowing them in. They have been here for days and nobody's asking any questions. Only Ukrainian women and kids they are allowing in through this gate. All the places is blocked and all are full of blacks. From different communities, from different countries. Nobody's talking to us. Any questions?
All right, let me go back to a certain phone I wanted to go. That's what I wanted to focus on right there. Hold on.
They're not letting the black girl go. 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 They're not letting the black girl go.
Okay, that picture right there is what I'm going to focus on right now. So it's about 2 degrees Fahrenheit, and they are at the Polish border, and they're letting the Ukrainians in. This is Poland now. They're letting the Ukrainians in, but they're not letting the Africans in. And to the people that's come to the chat saying, not my problem, Maz, block them. Because I don't need that kind of ignorance here. Because I'm a dad. I don't care what issue I got with somebody told me something. If somebody tell me something, I roast your behind, I go in on you, whatever. I can definitely defend myself about anything, right? But I can't sit as a black person watching a little infant baby in the cold at the border of Poland and saying that's not my problem. I can care less, acting like they wouldn't do the same thing to your black behind. It becomes a crisis in this country. You think white people would prioritize you in this country if they got in a position with a war and to get some white folks out of here? You think your black behind, this is the same thing that will happen to you in this country, and you a citizen. Don't you act so brand new that you think this won't happen to you. Because a lot of you not even in a position to leave this country if it got to this point. And what you don't know is Putin said if America attacked them, they're going to start attacking cyber attacks against the grids and anything else. And most of you are not in a position, don't even got a doggone passport to get on a plane and get out of here. You'll be in the same doggone position, and white people in this country will be getting their people the hell on out of here, and your black behind be in the middle of a freaking apocalyptic war place. Please don't get so brand new. And most of y'all don't know how to grow no food. You don't know how to do a whole lot for yourself. You depend on them for every freaking thing. Don't ever think something can't happen here. I can't sit there and watch that and be like, oh, well, ain't my problem. Well, am I better than them? We all black, right? When it comes to white supremacy. I look at the bigger picture when it comes to that. That's what I look at as a dad. Y'all act like families never fought before. You act like you ain't got into it with your mama, your daddy, your cousin, your whatever. You ain't act like you never got into it. You never act like none of us ever even fist fought in families. But then after you fist fight, all right, man. All right, we over it. It is what it is. Family do that sometimes. That's what happens. All families have fights. White folks fight each other, as you see right now. Anyway, let me clear this off the screen. I just wanted to just point to that because as a dad, I would be so upset. I would have freaking stormed the freaking border. I see with my kid. I'm like, look, y'all gonna do me something. I got to get my kid over there. It ain't no way I'll be put in that position, right? Now, The reason I talked about it's a hard lesson for Africans about white supremacy is because I stated that this leaving the African continent, you can't do that. Leaving the Caribbean, just leaving, always leaving and going somewhere else. You think the white man's ice is cold. I know that's an issue in the black society. Even here in America, we believe the white man's ice is colder. The majority do. I didn't say all, but the majority. And when the push come to shove, the white man don't like us like that. Some of you just want white validation, and that's cool for you, I guess. Some of you got white Jesus on the wall. Having white Jesus on the wall should let everybody know that you worship the white man, because that's an image of the white man. That's not even the real Christ. And you worshiping that, and then African continent, that is sad to say you even doing that when you had spirituality and all that way before he even come along. He had to come learn from you. He didn't learn nothing on his own. He had to learn from Africans. If you study the history, all the scientists and mathematicians and scholars and all that was in the African continent. The Greeks even admit that. But that scene right there is proof. Like, you need to go to school, because they said a lot of them were students and people that went there and kind of stayed there. You need to go to school in the African continent. You need to stay. You need to build the African continent. I understand, because I've been there. Yes, your leaders have been corrupt. Your leaders have been puppets of the West. But you know what? You got to have we going to fix Africa, or we going to die trying. We going to die. No, hell no. And there's also something else that y'all need to start talking about, right? Now let's have that pan-Africanism conversation. Let's have it for real. I've been to the continent. I know what's going on over there. I'm going to be back over there the next 2 weeks, okay? Pan-Africanism has never even been practiced. Let's call it what it is. It's a great idea. But it has not been practiced by the governments of the African continent in order to make it be a two-way street. You had a few, like the president of Ghana. He did sorry, y'all. I don't know why everybody is messing with me right now. Hold on. Okay. Sorry about that. That was my timer. Anyway, let me turn this down. Sorry about that. All right. He had a right to abode, but you got to be there so long in order to get that. Now, the president of Sierra Leone, if you do your Matriclan test and you trace back Sierra Leone, you get citizenship. But y'all gonna need your brothers and sisters, to assist. I didn't say do it for you, but assist from the West. You gonna have to tell your leaders, if I was to craft a plan for the diaspora to come back to help build, first of all, if you said, Phil, you put it together, how would you do it? Well, first of all, I would say we need to find all the skilled trades first. We need to find all the business people first, to who's going to build the country. The main thing we need is roads, bridges, etc. Especially some of these places, all these dirt roads. We need the brothers and sisters that's architects and engineers and know how to do roads. That's the people I would go to first. I would go to people that have all the electrician and plumbing and all those people first. That's the people I want. Whatever they need, we'll do it. You coming to build a continent, you getting the citizenship, and your whole family getting the citizenship off the rip, because you coming over here to build. We need to build this first. We need the people that's going to do the skyscrapers and the houses, and we need all those things first. This is what we need, those people to come build first. Everybody else who's not building, that want to come and still establish something, of course, we would check them out, right? Have a check of who they are. We don't want no people that's too corrupt that's in the West to come over there and ruin anything. Let them stay with the white man. But after we check them out, we'll let you start off with a residency, a 5-year residency. And if you're cool with staying there, you want to build and do whatever, then after 5 years, we could transfer you into a citizenship. Because some people may not jail very well in particular countries, and that's fine. But the land situation, land is so inexpensive that I don't want nothing for free, no way, even from Black America. I don't do that free 99. If a black person tell me it costs a certain amount of money, I buy it. I don't need free 99. Now, if I'm building a business and it's government-owned land, the government say, look, we got this land over here. You can put this factory. You can do this. You can do that. We own it, and we'll give you this land to build this. Cool. No problem. You're hiring the locals. You're building at that point. You know, you got people that know how to build schools, do all kind of things. Bring them in to build. That's what a true pan-Africanism would be. If you do not have the African governments on board, that won't truly work. It can work on the grassroots, but not on a nationalistic way. Okay? As long as you keep running to Ukraine, you're running to, I see in Turkey, you're running to Europe, you're everywhere you are, in America, wherever you run to, they're going to treat you that way. Look at the Haitians. You ran over here. You're thinking, oh, I can get in here like the Latino can. No. Black folks is not looked at the same as other groups. They're not. And what did Jim Crow Joe did? Hey, get y'all behind right back over there to Haiti. Haiti needs to build Haiti. And need to open up the doors and say, hey, look, brothers and sisters, what do we need to do to build this up? Y'all African and Caribbean governments gonna have to do that if you want to build your countries. You let all these other groups come in your country, that's another thing. You come there, you smiling with everybody, you serving them. Them same Ukrainians, they'll come in your country. Hey, how you doing? Welcome. And because it's the welcoming nature of black people. I know we friendly people. I get it. That's the gift of who we are and the curse of who we are. You smile when they come in your country. Oh, yeah. Hey, Russians. Hey, Chinese. Hey, wow. Look at this. And then when you get in the country, look at the Chinese. How during the virus, they threw all the Africans on the streets. How much more do y'all need to see that these other groups do not like black folk? There's a minority of people who are non-black, who will rock with us and like us. And those minority of people who are individuals, I'll rock with them, I'll cut for them when they're showing they're putting in the work. But the majority of all these other groups have proven by their actions they don't mess with us like that. It is black people globally versus everybody. And if you ain't thinking like that, then this is going to happen to you. You're going to be left in the cold in the middle of a freaking war with your babies 2 in the morning, trying to feed a baby. This is what's going to happen to you when you don't realize it's black people versus everybody. Not because we want it like that, because they want it like that. You can't point to no group in America or throughout the world that cut for Africans, cut for blacks, cut for whatever you want to call us. They don't cut for us like that. When are y'all gonna learn that? And if they come around you smiling, they want something. Even here in America, all these white coaches showing up at the black parents' house. Oh, man, Tyrone, he plays basketball real good. What do y'all need? You really think they like you like that when they smiling? No, they looking at the millions of dollars they're going to make off of Tyrone. When these European clubs come to y'all house in freaking Senegal, talking about your son that's playing football, you think they smiling in his face because they like him? No, because they're going to make all kind of money off your son. Going to these European clubs and playing football. When they just had the African Cup, whatever, the Cup of Nations, whatever, for football, we call it soccer, but that's their football. They didn't want to cover it like that. They were trying to dismiss it, like lower it for what it was. Because they wasn't a part of it because they weren't not in the African continent. Have y'all seen the way they cover y'all Africans, black people? Have you seen that? They don't like us like that. I've accepted it. That's the thing. I've accepted it and understand it. And I don't feel bad about it, actually. I get it. Because I understand the culture of white supremacy. I understand people throughout the world think about themselves. They don't think about everybody else. Now, if you look at the coverage of this Ukraine thing in the Western media, which has been very racist, and we'll play 2 clips to show you the racism, they on cold for their people. This hurts them. Now, Jim Crow Joe just bombed Somalia. Do y'all know that? Why? Why did he go drop bombs in Somalia? And that's been very quiet. Ever since Jim Crow Joe been in office, he's been attacking East Africa the whole time he's been in office. Now, when Trump was in office, he left everybody the hell alone. This man has sanctioned Ethiopia. He has sanctioned Eritrea. Now he's bombing Somalia. He won't take the sanctions off of Zimbabwe. It's like this dude is one of the most anti-black presidents that we've had in recent times. It's been him. It's him. Look at all the things that he's done to black Americans since he's been in office. Say what you want to say about Trump, but he didn't put no policies together to harm black Americans. He didn't go drop a bunch of bombs in African nations. He didn't go put the LGBT flag in Jamaica on the U.S. embassy. Trump didn't do that. Trump also didn't go to Ghana and put the LGBT flag on the embassy in that nation because they're passing a new law they're trying to pass about the LGBT. And it's actually against the UN laws to put flags on the embassy as not the country's flag. And they said, F the UN, we're going to put the LGBT flag to disrespect black folks in Jamaica and Ghana. Trump didn't do that. But you ain't black, though, if you don't support him. This dude is no different than freaking Lyndon Johnson. And Lyndon Johnson was a racist, too. Now, let's get to the media. Let's get to them. They stay on code with each other. And they, oh man, I don't know why this thing won't, give me a second, y'all. I don't know why this thing is messing with me today. I don't know how many times it's going to stay on. It's getting on my freaking nerves. Anyway, let's get to this first clip. I want to show y'all. Listen to this. I want y'all to listen.
I'm sorry. It's very emotional for me because I see European people with blue eyes and blonde hair being killed, children being killed every day with Putin's missiles and his helicopters and his rockets.
And so, of course,
hold on before I keep going. Now, let's play it again. I want y'all to hear what he said.
It's very emotional for me because I see European people with blue eyes and blonde hair being killed, children being killed every day with Putin's missiles.
So he said that it's emotional for him because he see Europeans being killed with blonde hair and blue eyes. You understand? Isn't that interesting? Now, most people that hear that, this is on the BBC. Most people that hear that will be like, "Whoa, what did he just say?" Let's repeat that one more again. Hold on.
It's very emotional for me because I see European people with blue eyes and blonde hair being killed, children being killed every day with Putin's missiles and his helicopters and his rockets.
and so,
All right, now the guy that heard that from the BBC, I want you to watch, listen very carefully how he starts explaining, because he knew what he was saying. He said, "Oh shoot, he got off code saying it publicly. You don't supposed to say it publicly." Well, listen to this carefully, folks.
of course, I understand and respect the emotion. What you are outlining there is this tension between longer-term efforts to apply pressure to Vladimir Putin, such as financial sanctions, and the very immediate military threat which you're experiencing.
Now, notice how he was explaining, right? You heard what he said. Now, I'm going to stop at a certain point.
Understand and respect the emotion. What you are outlining there is this tension between.
He said, "What are you outlining here?" So basically, let me explain it and let me try to clean this up for what he's saying. This dude was specific. He said, Europeans with blonde hair and blue eyes and talking about Putin's rockets. That's exactly what he said.
Between longer-term efforts to apply pressure to Vladimir Putin, such as financial sanctions, and the very immediate military.
He ain't mentioned no financial sanctions, dude. He didn't care nothing about no sanctions. He ain't mentioned no money. He said that for me, this is heartbreaking because this is Europeans with blonde hair and blue eyes. That means when they dropping bombs on them Africans, I don't care. If you drop bombs on the Middle Easterners, I don't care. whoever. But when it comes to my people, oh no, 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 hell no. This hurts. This hurts. And I want y'all to see that. Africans, black people in America too, black people in the Caribbean. I want y'all to see that. They care about themselves. It hurts when something happened to them. When something happening to you, they don't care. They can care less. But some of y'all crying. Some of y'all got that on your page. Pray for Ukraine. And they ain't worrying about, look, they let them, I don't care what happened to them Africans. Them Africans, I don't care if Putin bomb, whatever with them. It's just, I don't like them pictures that's coming out. And trust me, I can't show them here on YouTube. But if I was on my website right now, I'll show you. Oh, they don't like the images that's coming out. They don't like what this guy said. There's a lot of video of that mess going on. Oh, it's hurting them because they're not used to seeing that. They're not used to seeing it. Even with the situation with the virus, all that happened to them with the virus. So now they come from the virus to this. And it's amazing. Speaking of virus, it's amazing how Putin, has he been the cure to the virus? You notice we ain't talking about the virus no more? All of a sudden, all these mandates are leaving? Man, I didn't know Putin was a doctor. I didn't know that. Now, let's get to the American media. Which, you know, like I said, I ain't got long, but I'm going to finish this. Let's get to the American media. We have a clip from CBS, not Fox News, not Newsmax, which is right wing, not OAN, which is One American Network News, whatever, something like that. Not those places who are clearly right wing. This is CBS. I'm going to play it. Then we're going to go through the keywords. Let's go.
Hiding out in bomb shelters.
Hold on,
but this isn't a place with all due hiding out in bomb shelters. But this isn't a place, with all due respect, like Iraq or Afghanistan, that has seen conflict raging for decades. This is a relatively civilized, relatively European, I have to choose those words carefully too, city where you wouldn't expect that or hope that it's going to.
Okay, let's start it over. Let's listen to some key words here, because this is why I talked about the Western media's racist coverage, right?
Hiding out in bomb shelters. But this isn't a place, with all due respect, like Iraq or Afghanistan, that has seen conflict raging for decades.
Your people, sir, is the one that caused the conflict for decades in those places. It was your people. It wasn't even them. And sure, it wasn't the Africans. That's for sure. It was your people that's waged a conflict in these people's places, and then you looking down on them, right? Okay, let's continue.
This is a relatively civilized, relatively European, I have to choose those words carefully.
He said it's relatively civilized and relatively European. Basically what he's saying is, if you ain't figured it out, well, I mean, we're civilized. Everybody else is savages. And he clearly said relatively European. In other words, we white people are civilized and the rest of y'all are the savages. And this is on CBS. This is your American media, and he knew what he was saying. That's why he was like, oh, I got to choose my words. And dude, look, we get it. I get it. I get y'all. I understand you. I'm not even mad that you said it. I'm just trying to educate black folk and Africans all over the world to let you know who these people really are. And when we tell y'all from other countries who these people are, because we've been living in the belly of the beast for 500 years, listen to us. Believe us when we say fat meat is greasy.
To a city where you wouldn't expect that or hope that it's going to.
He said in a city that you wouldn't even expect it. So you're supposed to expect it other places. I just got to hear him again. He's so blatant with it.
Iraq or Afghanistan that has seen conflict raging for decades. This is a relatively civilized, relatively European, I have to choose those words carefully too, city where you wouldn't expect that or hope that it's going to.
All right, y'all. Y'all heard it. Y'all heard it. When I do my live streams or anything that I post, ladies and gentlemen, I make sure to show the proof. I don't want to just put something out there. I don't want to lie on nobody. I don't even want to lie on the white supremacists. I want to make sure we have the evidence, like in court. You got your evidence, you show your evidence, then you start lining up presenting your case. Now, this is why black media is important. It's important because just that little clip that I was showing you, black folks have been circulating this. People on the ground, of course, have been shooting the video, and shout out to them. This is why I told y'all all over the world, use those cell phones as an agent of justice. Use those cell phones as the media. You got the internet now, because if it was up to CNN, MSNBC, and the rest of them, you'd have never saw that footage of them Ukrainians saying, you Africans get off of here. Even that second video that I showed where they threw the black woman off. Let me go back to that one, because that was a interesting one. Let me go back to that one. I stopped there. Let me see. Where are we at? Okay. I think it's right. Is this the second video? Right there. Okay.
They're not letting the black girl go. They're not letting the black
See, let the white girl go on the side, but in the beginning, push the black woman off.
They're not letting her go. Is it right? They're not letting the black girl go. They're not letting the black girl go. They're not letting the black girl go.
But the white girl can go. See, CNN, MSNBC, or MSDNC, y'all feel ashamed of yourselves. Y'all always talking about racism. Why we ain't talking about racism here? And then they talking about, we're going to boycott Russia. Man, I don't care nothing about no boycott. I see people that own liquor stores, they pouring out all this Russian vodka. You bought it. Like Eazy-E said when they was talking about we gonna destroy the NWA records, and Eazy-E say, no, you can do whatever they want to do. They bought it. So like, you ain't hurting Russia by freaking pouring out some vodka. Talking about, we're not gonna buy. We smearing off. Man, if black folks want smearing off, they can drink it. They ain't got nothing to do with black people. Listen, when my people are crying, you ain't boycotting nothing. And all of a sudden now, they boycotting Russia from FIFA, which is a major soccer league, and everybody want to boycott them now. They want to boycott them but if Russia was doing that to an African country, nothing would be said. They're like, whatever. Once again, these people show you who they are, believe them. Africans, when you're in the West, they don't look good at you at all. And I'm going to be real with you. Black Americans are looked at just a little bit above you, because they treat black Americans a lot better than they would treat Africans. I didn't come up with it that way, but that's the way it is. I've talked to many black expats. I've even talked to other Africans that say, yeah, we know that black Americans are treated better than other places. And it's not that because we just better than nobody. No, I just think it has to do with just America's situation. I don't think it has nothing to do with that. But still, it has nothing to do with that. You should be in your own homeland. Coming to America is not your homeland. Going to Ukraine, wherever you're going, is not your homeland. If everybody leaves the homeland and nobody wants to build the homeland, it will be a wasteland. And then when you do go back, finally, another man have colonized you because you left. Everybody can't leave. Build a continent. Listen, I've been there. The African continent has so much potential. So much potential. Why you want to leave that? It's hard. It was hard here in America too. You know how many people died, especially in my community, to even get it to where it's at today? Everybody can't just leave. I said this before. If we had a place like the continent, if we had a place like that for black Americans, man, we gonna build that thing up. We got to. This is our spot. As long as you're in these other people's countries, as long as you're in China, as long as you're in Ukraine, as long as you're wherever, when poop hits the fan, They're not going to prioritize you. And I understand, yes, some of the leaders in Nigeria was sending people they were telling them go to the border in Poland and the embassy will take them in. I know some of them were saying go to Romania, they'll take them in. I know a few South Africa talking about they were sending planes, and I think Nigeria did say it too, to get their people and bring them back home. But prior to that, you weren't even thinking about home. But when you get in trouble, oh man, where my grandma at in Lagos? Man, I got to get back to grandma. You know, you weren't thinking about grandma. You were thinking about, oh, I'm in the West. I'm good now. No, get your behind back to your country and make that a better place. And the brothers and sisters that want to come from the diaspora, who are people of good character and bringing something to the table and creating businesses and want to build and hiring the locals. And you know what I'm saying? Work with those. Certain people don't need to come over there. I'm with you. I would keep more people out of the African continent if I had something to do with it than let them come in. But that's a lesson learned. So this is not me just trying to beat up on nobody or whatever. No. Oh, let me make sure the Financial Literacy 101. Thank you for the love offering, brother. Hold on. Kiko Hayes sounds very familiar. Thank you for the love offering. I greatly appreciate it. But let's build something. Like I said, brothers and sisters of South Africa, I'm gonna be there. Let's talk. Let's build. Somebody got something going on. Let's build, man. Like I said, I've been ready to get back to the continent. So, you know, Johannesburg and Cape Town, you know, y'all brothers and sisters, let me know what's up. You know. And like whoever, I mean, I'm cool. Of course, you know, let us know who you are. We'll vet you or whatever, but still, you know, let us know. We all about building, man. We're about building. You know, we need to connect to these resources. You know, I know they were talking about this particular sister that has a winery out there. You know, I mean, shoot, I like wine. Some of you people like wine too. You know, to enjoy. I mean, who's to say that we couldn't source some wine from one of the winery people? I think it's one sister. Source from that sister. Now you got a business for wine sourced directly from the continent. Like, you know, like you can do coffee, you can do all kinds of things that you can source it right back, and you can create companies, jobs, all kinds of things you can do. Now, you have some people, you know, and let me see how I can address this. There are some people, you know, that want to talk all this spirituality or whatever. You talk spirituality, you ain't building crap. Okay? Talk about spirituality while you're building, because in the Bible, Quran, whatever you want to know, God called you to build. And in the Bible, Quran, God, Allah, called you to fight. God didn't call you to flee. You can go look at the Bible. How many times that God say, go and take the enemy? Stand, fight. God has never been one to say run. And I will give the Ukrainian people this, 'cause I've seen it. They had regular people who were not in the military. They say, hey, you want to fight? We got a full automatic weapon ready for you. And you know what? They out there with the weapons. They had a bunch of women making Molotov cocktails out there so the people can go throw Molotov cocktails at the Russian army. I got to respect the Ukrainians on some of that. I got to respect them because I see them fighting back. They didn't just lay down. All of them just didn't run. I respect them. I give respect for where it's at. Now, you need to do that in the African continent. You always talking about the church and the pastor and all of that. The Bible teach you to be courageous. It tell you to stand with God, right? And if an enemy is barreling down on you, say you take up that arm and say, God, be with me and help me aim right center mass, because I'm defending my homeland, which you have called me to do. I don't know how y'all talking about always the Bible. You know, some of these people talking about, oh, I'm going to go to a better land, when the Bible teach you to stand and fight, when the Bible teach you to go against evil and corruption. Oh, it's the government, it's the politicians. The Bible call you to fight against wicked rulers too in high places. You ain't reading your Bible? Only the devil teach you to be in fear and run. But y'all don't want to read that part of the Bible, the Quran, right? Or am I wrong that the Bible and the Quran teach you to fight? Yes, Ukraine, they do have drones, but they got regular people out there fighting too. They do. I've seen the videos. I've seen it. Some of them have died fighting too. But you know what? They not, everybody in mass isn't leaving like that out of Ukraine. They're not. I've seen the videos. I've been watching them. Some of them been kind of gruesome, but they're saying, hell nah, we ain't letting these Russians just come in here and we ain't about to run and lay down our country. I can't feel bad like that when you see somebody, even the president of Ukraine has been out there with them. He didn't run. So even the Bible teaches you cowardice is not of God. God gives you courage. And you wonder why you treat it the way you treat it. When you run and be a coward and run somewhere else instead of standing and fighting in your own homeland for where your children, you need to give your children a better life in your homeland. Here in America, it wasn't easy. It was many people that got killed fighting. I have family members killed in my family trying to fight. But because of they fight here in America, they made a better life for me. And I tell people that all the time. You hear me talking about Africa because it's by choice, but I say let's keep it 100. I do very well in America. I don't have to leave America for a better life. I tell anybody that. Don't get it twisted. I just think for me in Africa, it's just better for me personally, but I ain't got to go nowhere to have a quote unquote better life. I don't. And the white supremacists, I know who they are and I know how to navigate them. Even here in this land. Anywhere I go is by choice. It ain't because, I got to go. I got to, And if it came to a point, y'all was talking about the, it's getting time for me to almost wrap up. When y'all was talking about the, who is this? Tiffany the Black Code, thank you. When y'all was talking about the draft situation. I thought that was funny too. I saw mentioning some of that on Twitter. And I've seen people say, "Oh no, I ain't doing that. I'll let the immigrants do this." If you are 18 or 35, and if they had a World War III, they can draft you. They can. And I thought laughing about that. I said, "Oh, all of a sudden, people that be hardcore don't want nothing to do with Africa. All of a sudden, they're like, hey, Phil, what African country you suggest I go to, bro? What you talking about?" Oh man, look, I ain't trying to get involved with that draft, man. So, man, what's them countries y'all be going to, man? How you do that? I thought you didn't want to go to Africa, brother. Man, look, I ain't fighting the white folks' war, man. Look, how you get over there? You got your passport, brother? Nah. Oh, you screwed, brother. You screwed. I can't go no other way, man. You can't go no other way, brother. You screwed. Oh, man. I told y'all like in 2018 to get your passports. I told y'all a long time ago to get it. Y'all telling me I ain't going nowhere. I ain't doing nothing X, Y, Z. But then when it get real for you, all of a sudden you're going to be trying to hit up people all day long. Hey, brother, how you do that? Where do I stay? I heard you been in Nairobi, man. Where you staying at in that Nairobi? I heard you been to Johannesburg. Where you stay at, bro? Like what kind of hotel I can stay in, man? I got a little bag, man. I'm trying to get out of here. I ain't trying to get drafted in that mess. Ain't got nothing to do with us. I'm like, I feel you, bro. I feel you. I'm with you. I'm with you 100%. I'm with you. But black folk, just like in Ukraine, they were being warned for weeks that Russia was going to invade. And instead of those black folks not taking it serious and leaving, just say, let's go leave a little while and make sure they wait till they got in the thick of it. And that's black folks' problem. You wait until the poop hits the fan. Now you want to do something. Stop doing that. If you're warned about something weeks in advance, years in advance, months in advance, jump on the junk. Don't sit up there and wait till you think of it talking about, man, looking for people to help you. Look at this genius right here. Look at this genius right here. Hold on. Look at this genius. Where is it at? You're encouraging fleeing. I guarantee you black folks don't need to go fight in no wars for white folk. Okay, they go start World War III, right? They go start World War III. We didn't have nothing to do with it. So we supposed to go, I don't know. You do you. You do you. But I know the average black person, I already know how they think. They like, I don't want nothing to do with it. Right? And it's because we didn't start it. You know, like the Vietnam situation that happened. A lot of us got killed in that. We didn't start that. A lot of our people still messed off through the Vietnam. No, I'm all about fighting our battles. I'm about fighting our battles, not somebody else's. I'm about fighting the wars for us and what would relate to us. I'm for fighting that. I'm not for fighting somebody else's crap. What? Fight for a group of people that still call me the N-word and still kill my people like they dogs in America got more rights and privileges in America than black people. But do you? Do you? Like what the homeboy said on Sugar Hill, you do your team, I do my team. How about that? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on the stream today. I got to get up and get out of here. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We greatly appreciate it. When videos pop up, watch them. Do that for us. It helps the algorithm when y'all watching the content, clicking the like button. That helps because if you don't watch, well, things will get switched up, to things that people are going to watch, right? So we're trying to give you news all the time from, here in America, throughout the world, African nations, whatever. Because, I think we all need to know what's going on and not be in a mode where we don't know anything. That's really some of the problem it is in America. It's the misinformation that purposely done to all people in America. So we're trying to give you information on what's going on in these different African countries, different stories. And I see all the time, even with some of the stories Juan Guerrero present, it's the same problems in those countries that we got here in America. I told you, when I figured it out, black folks the same anywhere you go. They just maybe speak different languages. Whatever, they all the same. They the same. It amazes me to see how much we are the same than different. But thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for listening, and see you on the next one.